All right, we're on. What's going on, guys? I'm Jake.
I'm James. What's popping?
With this is the Retic Exchange episode number 5. So, what's happening, man?
That's right. Not much, man. You doing all right? You were just getting
Yeah.
back from a little vacation, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I went and visited some family. My grandfather's not doing too well, so went and spent some time with him. And just got back here a little while ago, and yeah, long drive.
Yeah, well, I
Long
hate
drive.
to hear that. I hope everything is going okay, man.
Thanks,
Hope you'll be all
brother.
right.
Thank you. So,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
think we got really anything planned today. It's just going to be just you and I just BS and shooting the shit. Kind of,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Not really. No drama.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, just talking about basically the hobby, some retic stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Kind of want to touch on breeding and whatnot. Like say you, for instance. I mean, you just had like a beautiful clutch of pieds and whatnot, and
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
when it comes to breeding, what are you looking at? Like, as in, like your males and your females. Do you go to pen and paper? I know that's how we would always do it. We'd go to pen and paper and put males and females down and kind of see what we have and kind of like what we want to possibly try to produce, what we are, that kind of thing. You do that,
Right. Not really. I really don't. I mean, I don't really have a ton of males. I'm very, I shouldn't say I don't have a ton. I have a decent amount. I have a lot of females. And I'm not trying to pop out 10, 11, 12 clutches a year. If I can have 5 or 6, and I like spreading them out throughout the year, So like I have females that are due to lay right now, literally any day. I have snakes that are still breeding. I have babies that were just born. So I like having kind of a variety. I don't want to have 7 gravid females at once. I did that once before, and it was terrible. I hated it. But I don't really to an extent. You have to plan out your breedings to a point. Like, I'm not going to sit here and jot everything down. But I think the big thing is planning out in advance. Like, yes, I'm planning out my breedings for this year, but I have breeding plans 3, 4, or 5 years down the road. That's kind of the stuff you got to do. I think instead of just this season, I'm just going to throw whatever will breed together and breed them. You got to have some sort of a plan, or at least that's the way I do it. I try to plan for the future and try to see where how do I put it into words? Like, kind of see where I think the market's going to go, and kind of like my little niche of the stuff that I work with. Like, I'm pretty well known for my phantoms. Blondes, I'm like one of the very few. There's only a handful of guys really pumping out blonde stuff. So I feel like that's kind of my little niche, the blonde stuff. So obviously I'm going to keep working with blonde stuff. So I'm trying to plan my blonde projects 2, 3, 4 years down the road. But yeah, that's kind of how I do things. I know everybody has their own way to do it. And like you said, you guys used to do that. But you guys were working with quite a few animals, though, weren't you? You guys had quite a few pairs and adult retics and stuff, right?
It still wasn't. It still was one of those things where we weren't trying to just produce, a shit ton of clutches or anything like that. That was never what we were about or anything. That's not what I'm about by all means. It's so, just to go back, when I first got into this, retics and whatnot, I really wasn't even thinking about breeding at the beginning. That was really the last thing on my mind. It was more or less just working with the animals and trying to learn as much and that kind of thing. I really wasn't. I was just so impressed with the beauty and the size and just everything about retics. So it was never really about breeding when I first started doing this back in the day. I think that's a good question for you. When you decided, hey, retics is my thing, this is what I want to do. Did you have that idea that that you were going to be being at some point.
Oh, James is getting a little choppy. There you are.
Okay, did you
Yeah,
hear what I said?
yeah. I got it. Yeah. I mean, I think I always went into it like I knew I wanted to breed snakes. I knew I wanted to be some sort of reptile breeder. Who growing up at the late '90s when it like reptile breeding and herpetoculture was like it was just exponentially growing. Who didn't want to be? Oh, I'm going to be the next Bob, or I'm going to be the next this guy. All of us younger kids, I'm sure, really that's what we wanted to do. But I always had snakes. I always liked snakes, reptiles. I always owned that type of stuff. Once I kind of discovered the industry and the breeding, and you could make some money on it, you could make a living out of it. I was like, damn, that would be so cool to do, So, and I mean, I always had a love and a passion for the big animals. I like everything. I like all the big stuff, the retics and the monitors and the crocs. And I've always liked the bigger everything. And it's not even just snakes. It's dogs. It's, big cats. I mean, everything. But yeah, I mean, I always I knew I wanted to breed them. I honestly didn't think it would ever get, I always in my head wanted it to get to this. Tons of babies, tons of snakes. Deep down, I didn't really think I would ever get there. I didn't think it was possible. I mean, but here we are. I mean, it's here. It's but as time went on, as time went on, it evolved. Like, am I going to sit here and am I going to breed snakes for a living? No, I'm not. Do I even want to? No, I wouldn't want to. Especially not retics. I would never want to breed retics for a living. The industry has changed and evolved so much too that I know we're going to get into it, but there's so many people breeding and there's so many snakes being produced, and that kind of goes back onto what you said before as far as planning out your breedings. I think you got to really plan for what the industry or what the community is making. Like, everybody's making certain morphs. Like, do you really want to contribute to whatever? That's why I like going the opposite way, doing stuff not a lot of people are working with, as opposed to stuff that everybody's breeding, everybody's selling, everybody's, you're fighting each other for sales. I don't want to do that. That's why I focus on my blonde stuff and stuff like that, But yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think I agree with you 100% with some of the points you were making and whatnot. And, I think I always tell people, you'll hear a lot of the older, I guess, people that have been doing this for a while. I mean,
the elder statesmen.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to choose from now when it comes from color and pattern and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
When one, I think it should always be about the animal or animals, whatever it is that you're getting. That should be first and foremost. Getting these animals, you don't have to breed them.
No.
Just you don't have to. It's pretty cool though. I mean, especially
it's amazing.
From a baby and you grow them up, you feed them, and you're there until they're of age, and then you breed them, and then you pull the clutch, and then you incubate them. The whole process, it's pretty amazing. And all the money and sweat and sometimes maybe a little bit of blood that you might lose.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when you finally have a little baby retic come out of an egg. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But there's so much to it. There's so much, like you were talking about. There's a lot of people that I think just think they're going to make a lot of money.
Which it's easy. It's easy to get carried away. I mean, you see some of these people, example, cows. Cows are even low end $2,000. Oh, if I make a clutch of 10 cows at $2,000 a pop, I make 20 grand. Well, there's a lot more that goes along with it than just 20. You know what I mean? Like there's more to it than just that. I mean, people got to factor in your time, your feeding, your electricity, housing. I mean, shit, it ain't 20 grand. It's not 20 grand.
No, it's not, and it's not just that. I mean, you have to think about, like, for one, like, whatever you end up having, whatever you decide to breed, it's how much time you putting in, like, yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can have the most awesome clutch of animals, but if nobody really knows who you are, or if you're just a dickhead to everybody,
Right.
it may be a little bit difficult to get rid of to sell the babies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then you got all these babies you have to feed on top of your adults
Yep.
and everything. And people don't stop to think, like I said, I think it's kind of, they see people, they see a Jake, they see a Shane, they see, these other people, and whatnot, and it's almost, they look up the, some of these people and whatnot, and they like the animals and they want to do it, and they don't stop to think how much work, how much money and everything, and it's just people they really need to think about it first.
Well, you got to think too, like, you're not going to sell every baby instantly. Not every baby's going to take the food right away. You might be sitting on babies 6-7 months. It happens. I mean, like, unless you're doing some real high-powered breedings, you're going to get a lot of that stuff that the normals or the hets, the normal het albinos or the normal pos hets or this or that. That stuff's harder to sell. I mean, it's not that hard to sell if your name is out there, I feel like. But I mean, yeah, you might sit on those babies for months. Now you're feeding them for months. Now you're cleaning them for months. And baby retics suck cleaning. They constantly flip water bowls and they constantly destroy their cage. And I only have, where's it at? Right here. This rack is 52 tubs. And I pretty much have to go through and clean that cage clean those tubs probably 2 to 3 times a week. Watering them probably every other day. And then you're feeding them every week or so. So and that's one little tiny piece of the puzzle. You just can't. You got to be prepared to feed this stuff. So you got to work with projects that you like and animals that you don't mind keeping for months on end, and stuff like that. If you're just looking to breed stuff and quickly wholesale it to get it out the door, you're in it for the wrong reasons. I mean, we've all done it. I've wholesaled some stuff. Very rarely do I ever do it. But that's part of the nature of the beast, But I think the people that just automatically just jump in, buy adults, breed stuff, wholesale, they're doing nothing for our community. They're doing nothing for our hobby. Period. They're just flippers. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. I have literally zero respect for people that do that. Zero, because you didn't put in the time. You didn't put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You have no equity in this hobby. You just went out and bought a shit ton of adults, produced babies, and are flipping them for pennies on the dollar. And can big fuck you to me, guys like you, Shane, all these other guys that have put in the time on females. Put in our 4 or 5 years raising up animals from little bitty babies to these big breeder females. I don't know. That shit just bothers me. It gets under my skin. It drives me nuts.
It bothers me too. At the end of the day, your money, go buy whatever the fuck. If you want to buy like a shit ton of adults, then whatever. That's you. But no, I agree with you 100%. And also, I mean, like for me, and I'm sure you and a lot of others, man, it's just so much better at the end of the day to be able to see what you've accomplished after raising something. It's just. It's just.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get it confused. Like, I have no problem if somebody goes out and buys an adult. Hey, I really want to breed. I'm going to try my luck. I'm going to buy an adult. I have a problem with the guys that go out and buy 10, 12, literally build their entire collections around adult animals that they've bought and purchased. And have never really raised a baby, or are only buying these high-powered males, slamming them with food to get them to breed in 6 months. that's the shit that bothers me. If somebody wants to go buy an adult breeder female and try their hand at breeding, it's one female. They're gonna. It's just totally different. Just totally different. But yeah, like you said, you're right. It is. It's your money. You could buy whatever the fuck you want. But for me, I don't have any really respect for those people. I think that's just the shitty way to do it, the cop out way. They don't want to put their time in and shit. It is what it is.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you.
And I'm sure people are going to be butthurt because I know a lot of people that watch these videos do that, and I'm sure they're going to be butthurt. And it is what it is, man. I don't think they're shitty people. I just think they're shitty. I think it's just a shitty way of doing it. And then they can't sell their animals, so I'm going to sell them for half price of what this guy's selling them for because they have no love for the animals. It's just a revolving door. Make as many as I can, flip as many as I can, and keep doing it. That's all it is. It's all this to them.
Yeah, the main point of talking about all this stuff and hearing all of this, especially the stuff that you heard that so far is the love of the animals, man. Do it for the animals, man. Do it because you have a passion. Do it because you want to learn about these animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you're going to go into this and you're going to try to breed them and whatnot, and you're successful, make sure it's animals that you got to look. Don't look at it as a money thing. Don't buy something that you think you're going to make money. Buy stuff that you like looking at.
Absolutely.
The stuff that you look at and you're amazed by it. Because once you have babies, you're going to have a shit ton to look at. Be happy looking at them.
There's nothing wrong with there's people that completely frown down on making money off animals, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with making money off them. If you love the animals and take care of the animals and treat them with respect and are decent with them, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to make money off these animals. But like you said, you gotta make what you like and work with what you like, and you're the one that's going to be cleaning shit. You're the one that's going to be taking care of these things every day. Don't follow the trends of, this is what I need because this is what so-and-so has, or this is what's, get what you like, breed what you like, own what you like. It's really, I don't know. It's, I know me and you feel the same about a lot of this, so it's,
it's just, but there's a lot of things that you got to look at it and you got to look at the market and whatnot. And, the whole thing about that, I mean, I see it a lot. You see it a lot, like, especially on, on the internet and whatnot about, there's people always bitching about the market constantly.
I used to be one. I used to bitch and complain all the time about it. But,
and I don't know. I think that if you get into these animals and you make the decision to breed them, it's not that it's something that you shouldn't be paying attention to, because you should. It's a business, whatever it is, whether you're you're breeding because you're trying to make a business out of it, or you just, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, if I have enough money to buy cage, whatever it is I need, to upgrade cages, racks, buy feeders and stuff like that, and it's not necessarily coming straight from my bank account, then hey,
absolutely,
I'm successful, and that's what I'm all about that. But don't do it if that's all you're going to do is look at the market and everything, because you're going to cry. You're going to get upset because you have so many people that go into, they decide they want to do this, and they spend, I know people that in the past that have spent like $20,000 on one animal or on a pair or a trio of animals. And I don't know. I don't understand why they don't understand these things, but they literally think when they're doing it that's the kind of money they're going to make.
Right.
And that's not the case. Not even close to it.
I've had,
It's just
for me personally, I've had the best. I mean, I think the you're going to sell a lot of animals in that $100, $1,000 range. To me, that's like the sweet spot. That's you may get a couple where you're going to sell for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, but that $100 to $1,000 range, man, that's if you can make very good quality, beautiful examples of morphs in that range, you'll sell stuff. But like you touched on earlier, now especially with social media, your persona, your social media accounts, all of that plays into a huge effect. You have to be active on Instagram, on Facebook, I mean, those are the only two that I really post snake stuff on. I tried doing TikTok, but I just can't do it. YouTube. But I mean, that's what I tell everybody that buys from me that's looking to breed. I always, get on the forums or get on the pages, be active, be a decent human being, ask questions. It's basically just getting your name out there. People are going to see you posting every day or every other day or multiple times a day. Hey, who's this guy? That's the thing, because when you start producing snakes and you're going up against somebody that's producing the same morph or the same combo, but they don't post shit, they are kind of unknown, and you might actually be known on the boards because of your name. You just post shit. 9 out of 10 are probably going to go to you over this other guy, even if you price your stuff a little bit higher. You're well known. That's, I don't know. That's the one thing I wish more people would take more time into is their social media stuff. Because it's huge, man. It's a huge deal. It's very huge.
Very, very much so. I mean, I'm old school. I really love the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the whole setting it up, talking and bullshitting on Friday, setting up everything, helping other people set up their stuff. Yep. And, the all Saturday, all Sunday, sitting there and talking to all these people, you talk to more people about bullshit than anything. Majority of the people that you come across, they're not going to buy nothing, but
right.
It's I love that whole aspect of it. They see you behind the tables and whatnot. They see your banner. They get your business card and everything. And as much as I love that, it's oh my God. I mean, it's truly all about social media now. It really is. It
is, but the shows are huge, man. The shows are still, I think, one of the best things, because not only are you going to like rub elbows with all your fellow Retic people or reptile people, right? I like when the people come up. I usually bring like my big cow or something super like insane that brings in even non-snake people are like, what the hell is that thing? And that's what I like, is talking to the non-snake people or the non-reptile people, and they start asking questions and how do I what's a good first snake, and kind of bringing people into the industry, because there's only so much that like us snake people can trade and sell to one another. We really do need to bring in these other people from that aren't snake people into the hobby. You know what I mean? And otherwise, we will eventually just die off. We can only sell to each other for so long. So I like doing that. I like,
right.
I really like talking to new people or people that have any little bit of interest in snakes in general. Is awesome. And that's really, you won't really only get that at the shows, because you're not going to have non-snake people check out your snake Facebook page or your snake Instagram. It just doesn't happen. Like that's a cool thing. Like Tinley, you know how many people, like families, come to Tinley? Just, it's a Saturday, we got nothing to do, let's go check out this reptile show. And they, mom, dad, kids all come through and they start bullshitting, and next thing you know, they're buying a snake from you. And then they're calling you on the phone. Hey, a year later, hey, I want to buy another one. Or, hey, that's cool. To me, there's nothing better than that, honestly. So.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, country needs to open up, man. I'm getting tired of this shit.
I'm dying for a show. Fucking dying. Dude, I was so set to go to Arlington next month. I cleared it with the wife. Oh, yeah, I'm like, can I go for my birthday? Can I take a weekend and go? Obviously I won't be around to help her with the kids, and it's a lot with a 3-year-old and a newborn, but she gave me the okay to go, and then I talked to the promoter, Brian, and he said it was good to go. And then it was like 2 days later, they're like, yeah, we're going to cancel it. I'm like, fuck. I was so mad. I was so pissed, dude.
In April, though. They're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird. We'll see, man. Maybe. I'm going to try. Because I know they're supposed to do Tinley June. I think Tinley's in June, which I don't see happening. I don't think Tinley in June is going to happen. But hopefully Tinley October. And yeah, I mean, if I can make it to Arlington in April, I'll definitely try to come. I'm not going to vend or nothing as much as I'd like to, but just come down to bullshit, hang out, walk around, eat some Texas food, and drink some beer. Probably be.
Yeah, that's all I need to do. That's all you can have a stay with me, dude.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be awesome. I just want to go to a show. I go to the local show here, and it's I need to go to like a show. You know, I need some reptile stuff in my life. I've actually even been thinking about driving up to go check out Brian Barczyk's serpentarium or whatever the fuck it is, just to go do something reptile related because I'm losing my mind here. You know, so we'll see.
It, man. I think
I might. It's only a couple-hour drive. I might go check it out. He's got a lot of retics there.
Go check it out. Fuck it.
I might. Maybe I'll take the kid and I'll ride up there for a day. So, but yeah. But
yes, sir. And get back to the breeding and like that. I mean, retics. People. I mean, I hope that the people, especially new people that are getting into it and decide that they're going to, try getting breeding a chance and whatnot, realize that, how many eggs, that these things lay and how many babies they're going to end up with possibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the largest clutch you ever had or saw personally from your collection?
I know that we have laid, I want to say 52, something like that.
It's a lot of fucking babies.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
my biggest was this season. I had my blind tiger drop 54, 56. It was a lot. Yeah. It literally filled up the whole rack. And I'm like, shit, I need another rack. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like kind of raising my stuff a little smaller nowadays. I don't like growing all my shit huge. Keep my females that 12, 13, maybe 14-foot range. Then they lay a decent little.
I'm all about
35.
That, man. I don't.
35 eggs or so. That's good, man. 30, 35 eggs tops. That's all.
I'm all about it, man. I like. I don't know. Like I said, I grow things a little bit slower, and I don't know. I think it's healthier. It's my opinion. People can do whatever. But I'm all about that. I don't think they need to be super huge or anything like that. And they tend to be. I think they're healthier and whatnot. But
dude, I had a female.
There's so much.
I had a female that I got from. I had a female that I got from Travis. Right, it was you probably remember it was a sun tiger, 100% had genetic stripe. I don't think the snake had any dwarf whatsoever. That snake, I mean, I didn't feed her a ton anyways, and she never got big. That snake was only like maybe 10 foot, maybe. I mean, she was maybe that big around, tiny. And I got her to breed twice. Both clutches. First clutch was like 11 eggs. Second clutch, I think, was like 14 or 15 eggs. Couldn't believe it. Zero dwarf, tiny. I mean, they had the typical, the elongated eggs and stuff, but it was wild, man. I did never in a million years would I have thought that snake could have even laid eggs. The male was almost as big as her. Fucking crazy. It was awesome. It was so cool. So.
Yeah.
But they can do it, man.
Well, I got pictures. Yeah. There's pictures. Like we were talking about. There's so. Huh? What happened?
No, as I said, you said you have pictures of what?
I got pictures with a dwarf. It's so cool thing. you look how big these animals get, and I got pictures of holding a female with a clutch of eggs. You're not. That's pretty amazing. Even
And
though we realize it's a
that's
dwarf,
dwarf or
but
super dwarf. That was super dwarf
still that's pretty
stuff.
cool. Yeah,
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 that's crazy. That's
yeah.
insane, man. It's fucking wild, dude.
So,
Well, that's like the
well,
one picture you just got. You and
there,
Reed.
there's
I was gonna say that one is. I remember seeing that
what
one, that
about
like super iconic picture that I see people post all the time. I don't know if I can't remember if it's you or Reed holding that little tiny clutch with the mom on the eggs, the little super dwarf female. Dude, it's like this, and she literally fits in both hands. It might have been Reed holding it. I don't remember, but like smallest little retic I've ever seen in my
Jason's
life.
got one, and then I'm holding
Maybe
I'm holding a
okay, yeah.
tiger.
It's so crazy to me, man. Like that. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. What else, man? What else? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's so much stuff going on. Uh, talk
There
about
is.
breeding and whatnot, and stuff like that. And I know there's we got the new president and all this other
Yeah.
stuff, and I at the end of the day, I don't care like what anybody votes. I don't care, but as hobbyists, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. I mean, they're already trying to push it to where we can't own these animals,
Yeah.
and now they have the people that they want in office to help push these
Yep.
laws and stuff like that. And I'm telling you what, man, as a community, if we ever need to come together, needed to be coming together, it's now.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and that's the thing. It's the whose head's on the chopping block first. It's going to be us. It's big snake keepers, monitor keepers, venomous. We're the ones that are going to be the ones that get it first, and then after that, it's going to start trickling down. It's going to be the ball pythons, crested geckos, frogs. I mean, I think it was last year they passed a crazy amphibian law or something where like all sorts of different amphibians you cannot keep, or they added them to Lacey Act or something like that. I could be wrong, but I thought I remember reading that, or spiders or something. But it's only a matter of time, man. They're gonna keep coming for us.
the whole thing about it is yes, by all means, we're going to be the first that they're going to come after. It is what it is, but knowing that it's just going to trickle down, man. Everybody, ball pipe, we all need to come together. That is, it's and instead of having the mentality, well, they're not coming after me right now. Fuck you. Instead of having that mentality, we need to, all of us, everybody. I don't care what I don't care if you got bearded dragons or what it is, man. We need to come together.
100%, man. But you know what pisses me off though is that, I listen to a lot of different reptile podcasts, and there's a lot of the people that are on these podcasts or guests on these podcasts. I know they talk about, what's the one animal you don't think people should own in captivity? A lot of them say retics, and this is big name ball python people, lizard people, and that's what sucks, and that's kind of what for me kind of wanted me to try to start this podcasting up. Is I feel like we're the bottom of the barrel, man. I feel like we're the ones that nobody wants. We shouldn't own these snakes. Nobody wants us owning these snakes, and it fucking sucks, dude. Like that's the thing, is I don't think a lot of these other people would help fight for us. At the end of the day, I really don't, which sucks.
And it's pretty shitty. Yeah, it's shitty. It's you think about, okay, there's a real fear. There's a true real fear of snakes. And so ball python people, it doesn't make a shit that your snake's only 3 foot or however big. It doesn't matter. People are scared to death of them shits too.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's horrible, but us as us Retic people, we need to come together. You know, there's child. You look at it. I mean, there's bullshit in every group. There's bullshit when it comes to ball pythons, bearded dragons. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's everywhere. But knowing that they're going to be coming for us first, you know, man, we need to find some way to come together and realize that we're in it together and that we're fighting for the same shit, you know. And the thing
Right.
about it is that us as a community, we don't all have to fucking like each other.
No.
You know,
We can fight. We can fight together, but we don't have to like each other. We can fight together. We ain't gotta like each other. You know, it's
there's
sucks,
so much
man.
shit that needs to stop. So
Yeah.
much shit needs to stop. I mean, the
but you know, and I think that's.
fingers.
Go ahead.
No, man, I just the whole, you know, pointing out what other people are doing, you know, that are bringing up the past. This is another thing. There's people that are bringing up people's past still to this day, and this shit needs to stop. This shit just needs to, you know, what somebody's done or whatever, posting pictures from years ago. That shit, just fucking get over it, and let's move forward and let's figure out how to be professional, be civil, and make our community better. You know, I'm not now. Look, man, I'm not saying that we shouldn't point out bad shit by all means. You know, if something fucked up, funny's going on, yeah, it needs to be fucking pointed out. And if we need to throw somebody out, man, we throw them the fuck out.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree 1000%.
But still, you know, all the childish shit needs to fucking stop. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And let's just move forward, man. And we need to make it better. We need to, everybody. I know everybody's finances are different. You know, US ARK, you know, we need them. We need to, if you got $1, donate a fucking $1.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I would put a link up on the screen, but I don't think it's going to let me. So what we'll do is when this video goes up, I will we'll put a little link in the description down below for US ARK to their website. And if you guys are not a member already, jump on there, become a member. There's a little button on the right-hand side that says donate. You can donate without even being a member. However, if you do own retics or any reptiles, really, you should become a member. It's critical, vital. You need to be a member of US ARK. I believe they have different tier packages too. I don't think you have to spend a lot of money. But if you own reptiles, you need to be a member of US ARK without a doubt. And you should definitely, if you're breeding reptiles, you know, when you pretty much, I think most of the people you ship your reptiles when you're shipping out animals. At the very bottom, there's a thing where you can on Ship Your Reptiles page where you can make a donation to US ARK right on as you're shipping out a package. You know, every shipment for me, every shipment I send out, I try to send at least $5. If not, if I could send more, I'll send more. But every shipment I send out is $5. So, you know, you gotta try to get something out there. You know, every little bit helps. You know, they're the only ones really fighting for us, you know.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, you can talk about it all day long, you know, but talking about it's not necessarily doing anything. So, you know, like I said, everybody's finances are different. If you can donate $1, then donate $1. You know, donate when you can.
Anything. Don't get your Dunkin' Donuts for a day and donate your $3 for Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks coffee for the day to US ARK. You know, fuck. They're hurting without all the shows. I mean, they raise a ton of money at all the shows, all the auctions and stuff. And without the shows, I mean, we're losing a lot of money. So, and I know they're hurting. So we need to do something. We need to try to help them out as best we can. You know,
but I mean, especially now, next 4 years, man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's scary for sure. It's definitely scary
Yeah, but
to think about what's coming down the pipeline here eventually. So, because you know it's
so
coming.
I mean, it's coming, and that
Oh,
right there, when we were talking about breeding earlier, that should be something you should think about too. Um, with what's going on, well, or what could happen. If you're breeding, what are you going to breed? How many clutches you going to have?
yeah.
This and that. So it's there's a lot to think about. When it comes to
Well,
keeping these
that's
animals
yeah,
and
and I mean
whatnot.
that's like you said that thinking about the number of breedings you're gonna have, man. I mean it's hard. Like, do you really need to pump out 5, 6, 7, 10 breedings? I mean, I know some breeders that are pumping out 25 plus breedings of retics. That's a lot. That's a lot of breedings, man. A lot. That's
Yeah, I
thousands.
don't.
That's. I don't understand that at all. So, I mean, and they're bigger entities. Like I would never even. I don't even think I have 25 females that would give me eggs. I wouldn't even. Even if I did, I don't think I could fathom breeding 25 females. That's an insane amount of animals.
That
You
would be
know,
just fucking crazy.
the most I've ever had is 6 in a year, and I was like, wow, this is a lot. Granted, they like I said, those were back to back, like within 3-4 months of each other. I will never do that again, ever. Six. If I could plan it 6, 3 months have a clutch, 3 months have a clutch, something like that, I would do it that way. But yeah, I don't. It's hard, man. It's hard because then too, you do have to think about where these animals are going. Like are these going? You got to be somewhat responsible. Which I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I'm curious your thought on it. What do you think about culling babies, calling them out? Do you think that's
I'm all for it. I'm all
I
for it.
agree. I agree.
I some
I will.
people will lose their shit when you talk about doing stuff like that, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think I don't. I'm all for it. I
Like
think it
I.
helps the hobby.
Yep.
And not
Hundred
just not
percent,
just
man.
that. I mean, you have you have uh, you have venomous keepers. You have people that have cobras and whatnot, and
Hmm.
hey, they need to eat too. And
It's no different than a rat breeder producing rats.
I,
No different.
they
You know.
sound heartless or whatever, but uh, I don't know. I'm all about it, and talking about being responsible, and what's hard
Yeah.
is when you're making sales, or you're trying to do sales, somebody's trying to buy something from you. I think the majority of us, I think, try to sell to people that we feel that are capable, have some type of experience, or like I said, that we feel that are capable and they're going to listen, they're going to learn,
Hmm.
and it's going to take care. But it's so
Yeah.
hard. It's
Well, you
so
never
hard.
know. People are good bullshitters though. You could think you're selling to the best person in the world and they're not. It happens. So like I don't sell like online. I will not sell to anybody that's under 18 years old. Now I ask if I have any inkling that I think they're under 18, I won't sell to them. I mean, obviously they can lie to me, tell me they're 18. If I truly don't think they're 18, I will be like, hey, can you send me a picture of your ID? Then you could black out all your info just to see your date of birth. I've done it, and I mean, I feel shitty asking, but at the same time, I'm trying to cover my own ass. I don't want to sell a fucking 15-year-old kid. The parents have no idea what he's buying or she's buying. But on the flip side, at local shows, I have sold normals. Not all. I've probably sold a handful, 5 or 6 to families that I have had a boa constrictor when I was a kid. I want to get a snake for me and my son and daughter to raise up, and they bought a normal male retic or a normal tiger, female. And here's my card. You have any issues, you call me, you text me. If it gets to be too much for you, I will take the animal back. Straight up. I know a lot of breeders will not do that. They'll just don't call me, don't talk to me. But I don't know. I feel guilty, and that's where I think people need to call some of these babies. And I've never personally done it. I've never been in a position where I've needed to do it. Um, But as every year I breed, a little more, I get some more babies, and I know it's eventually going to get to that point where I probably will have to do some, at least a few. Um, but yeah, I don't see any issue with it. It's they're not all going to live in the wild anyways, so it's the way it goes, man. And like you said, venomous people have them. I have friends that have other animals, monitors and shit that would take them, and it's part of it. I think that's part of us, like you said, being a responsible keeper and a breeder. I think that's part of what we need to do. I think we need to be more open about it. And I know a few years ago it was like do not talk about it. You can't mention it. I think more people now. I mean, I've talked to some other breeders personally about it, privately about it, and pretty much all of them have been like, yeah, I have no issue doing it if I need to, or if I think it needs to be done. So I think a lot more breeders are open to it than they were 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. I don't. It's something you need to think about. You make a good decision.
Yeah.
But that's part of it. It's you should make a good decision when it comes to your breedings. All the way down to what you're going to do and how you're going to get rid of them, how you're going to sell them, who you're going to sell them to. Do you need to, if you're going to cull something, why are you going to cull it, and everything like that.
100%, man. Yep, I think it's definitely something that more people need to definitely be open to, or at least think about. Especially when you're producing that stuff that's hard to sell. You got normals that are triple pos head this or that, or stuff like that. That's hard to sell. Like, what are you going to do with a whole clutch of those? Like, it's hard, man. It's really hard. So, yeah,
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
I don't know. You'll have people. Why did you breed that? You know what I mean? So you'll have people, that say that type of shit.
Yep. I mean, that's part of it. Like, I'll be honest, I almost did that to some of the babies from my double head breeding this year, the tiger double head blonde anthrax to the normal double head blonde anthrax. But I do have a few pet store connections that buy some of my lower end stuff, and when they need it, and luckily every time I've hatched some stuff, they need a few babies here and there, and it works out normally for me. But honestly, if they didn't buy some of them, I probably would have done a handful of the babies, just because, what am I going to do with them? It's hard to sell them. It's normal posset stuff isn't super easy. But it's part of the game,
yes,
man. So, yep. What, did you see my latest pickup, dude? What do you think about that?
Man, I think that's wild. That's crazy. That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
That thing's badass, dude. I've wanted. Well, so here's a story that I'm pretty sure I'm right. So obviously that snake was produced by Sal, right? Sal made that snake. When Sal made that clutch of snakes, I picked up a bad eater female from him. Went to his house, took it home. I really liked it. I didn't have the money. He's like, take it home. We'll settle up later. And I had it for a month or two, and I'm like, man, I like it, but I don't know if I'm in love with it. And I gave it back to him. And I regretted it every day. Just, fuck, why did I do that? Why did I do that? So I saw who ended up with that snake. Janet Lee ended up with it. I don't know where it was before then. But she ended up with it, and I was looking at pictures, and I always thought, I'm like, man, that thing looks super familiar. We started talking, and I found out she was trying to get rid of it. And I sent her some pictures. She sent me some back, and I'm almost 99% sure it's the same snake. Because I have baby pictures of mine when I had it, and like the head markings are almost pretty much identical. So I'm pretty sure it's the same snake, which is awesome if it is. I mean, it's awesome if it's not, but pretty cool that I think it probably is the same snake. So yeah, pretty pumped, man. I love them. I cannot wait to. I got pig fawn out for her right now to try to give her first meal while she's here. But fuck, dude, I'm so pumped for that. I just want to make a jungle retic so bad. Be so cool. I think,
Yeah.
and it might be Sunfire, dude, too, which is even cooler. If it's a Sunfire, that's even more cool.
Oh yeah, that thing is awesome, man. I can't wait for you to take some more pictures and shit and post them.
Yeah, I want to get. She was telling me she didn't feed it too crazy because she was down in Florida with it, and she's like, I didn't go too crazy feeding her, so I'm gonna get her on some pigs hopefully and put some size on her and thicken her up and try to figure out what male to put to her. I mean, I'm not expecting to get a clutch at all out of her, but never know what happens. So
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that's about all I got going on here, dude. I got another new edition coming here pretty soon, but you'll see. I'll just have to send you some pictures when I get it. So I need a fucking
please do.
I need some fucking cages ASAP, dude. I need to figure that out. I'm out of space, bro. Out of space here.
Yeah, I mean, I just told you, man. I'm picking up. Through a friend, I found a place out here in Texas that does cages and whatnot, and I bought 7 of them so far from them. I'm picking them up. 2 6-footers and a stack of 5 4-footers.
Are they PVC? They all PVC cages too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
that's awesome. Are they all assembled, or do you have to assemble them like the AP stuff, or what?
I think they're going to be assembled, man. I think they're assembled. Let me see here real quick. Let me
got the name of them and all that.
Is everything okay?
Oh, me? Oh, you froze up. Where you at? I think we lost James. James. Uh-oh. I think we lost James, guys.
Yeah, can you...
Oh, there he is. There he is. You were on like a 20-second delay there, buddy. You were froze.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. I'll have my Ethernet cable by Friday. So,
fuck. No, we made it almost a full hour without you freezing up too bad. So
yeah,
that's all right. That's all right. How's all the snakes doing by you? Good. Everything growing, eating, shitting.
Yeah, everything's good. The only thing is like I feed. I feed every week. And I put my son in charge of making sure that I know when we need to buy feeders and whatnot, right? So not everything got fed when they were supposed to get fed because I'm waiting on a shipment from Rodent Pro now because he didn't let me know that we needed to buy some fucking rats. I'm like, son of a bitch.
How are you liking those Rodent Pro rats? You like going through them?
So far, so good. Yeah, I mean, no issues so far. So
yeah, I used to use them back in the day, and then kind of jumped ship, went somewhere else, and kind of bounced around to a couple different people now. But did you ordered pigs, right? You got some pigs from Jeff, or no?
No,
or
I
you were
have
going to
not
order
gotten
some
pigs, but I'm going to order some pigs from Jeff. I almost did what yesterday or the day before when they were talking about, all right, you got 1 day left. I'm gonna ship out. I almost bought a box just to see, but I didn't.
They're awesome, dude. Have you ever fed pigs before or no? Did you guys feed pigs ever?
No,
dude, they're awesome.
I never have.
Fucking love them, dude. I fucking love them. I wish I would have did it. 5 years ago. Best decision ever. I love them. They're the best, man. They put some size on so quick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I love how easy they are to thaw, and they don't take as long to thaw out. There's not really any hair, which is a good and a bad. I mean, it obviously their poo doesn't really bind up as much, but I just look at it as pure like just protein and meat, calories and none of the excess fur and all that shit. So,
well, before I froze up, what I wanted to say is we were talking about my cages that I bought.
yeah.
So through a friend, I found the guy's name is
James, you're freezing up again. He is gonna be pissed. Huh. James. James, are you there? I'm gonna try texting him real quick. Oh shit. Oh, let's see. Kicked him off. There he is. You froze completely up again.
Yeah.
Damn.
every time I try to do something,
God damn
it does it. But anyhow,
well, what do you want to wait till the
only
next
take
show?
an hour.
You want to wait till the next show and drop the info because you're picking them up this weekend, right?
No, the following week.
Following. Okay.
Yeah, the
Well,
following weekend.
hopefully the next show you'll have your Ethernet stuff. You wanna drop what we got coming on this weekend? I think we got another.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Friday we got Mr. Chris McVicker. It's going to be on the show Friday at 8:30 p.m. Right?
Yeah, I think we did 8:30. It's going to be live, right? We're doing live. I forgot. I think. Yeah, we're doing live.
Yep, live.
So yeah, it's going to be awesome. Is he still going by New Shed Serpents? I believe. I think.
That's his business name. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was still that. I didn't know if he changed it or not, but yeah. So Chris at New Shed, he's making making some cool shit, man. Like he just jumped back in and fucking, he's killing it now.
Yeah,
It's going to be
stuff, dude. Yeah, he does.
It's awesome, man.
So
very cool. So, yep. So
yeah,
I'll put all his info too down here below, so you guys can check him out as well. And yeah, it's going to be awesome stuff, man.
So I think that's pretty much all we got.
Yeah, not too much.
Again, everybody, thank you. Thanks everybody for the support.
Absolutely.
Thank you for spreading the word. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And
the bell and all that, so you get notified.
Hit the bell. And I think I know we touched on this a little bit earlier, but I think everybody needs to go to US ARK and
yeah, please
if
do.
you're not a member, become a member. Donate $1 something because it's coming, buddy. It is coming.
Yeah, we need everybody to get on board. Let's rally the troops and let's get that going because, like I said, we're going to be first on the chopping block, and we know it's coming. Without the shows and stuff, they need all the help they can get. So let's try to do it for them. Get some people together and some donations. So. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's about wraps it up, and we'll talk to you guys on Friday with coming live with Chris McVicker. So, all right, guys, you have a good one. James, I'll talk to you.
Talk to y'all later.
All right,
Have
guys.
a good one, buddy. Holla.
Take it easy.